Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learning with Anila Qadri. Students, this video is about chapter number 10 of Principles of Management, that is Fostering Entrepreneurship. In this chapter, you will find out perfect answers of these questions. Define entrepreneurship and explain why it is important. Explain what entrepreneurs do in the planning process for new ventures. Describe the 6 legal forms of organization and the choice of appropriate organizational structure. Describe how entrepreneurs lead organizations. Explain how managers control organizations and exit the venture. Let's start with the first topic. What is entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship is the process of starting new businesses, generally in response to opportunities. Entrepreneurial ventures. Organizations that pursue opportunities are characterized by innovative practices and have growth and profitability as their main goals. Small business versus entrepreneurship. A small business is an organization that is independently owned, operated, and financed. Small business owners see risk, where entrepreneurs see opportunity. Entrepreneurs want to change the world and have a passion that goes beyond profits. Small business owners want to make a living. Entrepreneurship versus self-employment. What is self-employment? Individuals who work for profit or fees in their own business, profession, trade, or firm. Why is entrepreneurship important? Entrepreneurship is important for innovation, for economic growth, for job creation, and of course for global entrepreneurship. The entrepreneurial process. Explore the entrepreneurial context. Identify opportunities and possible competitive advantages. Start the venture. Manage the venture. What do entrepreneurs do? No two entrepreneurs are exactly the same. Generally, they create something new and different. They search for, respond to, and exploit change. They research feasibility, and they launch and manage new ventures. A hybrid path to entrepreneurship. Over half of new venture startups fail in the first 4 years. One way to increase the odds of success is to keep your day job and start the venture on the side. Lets you test ideas with less pressure to make a living. It is a low risk path with higher survival rates. Identifying environmental opportunities and competitive advantage. Sources of opportunity. The unexpected. The incongruous. The process need. Industry and market structures. demographics, changes in perception, new knowledge, researching the venture's feasibility, ideas. When exploring ideas sources, entrepreneurs should look for limitations of what is currently available, new and different approaches, advances and breakthroughs, unfilled niches, trends and changes. Evaluating potential ideas. Here you can see two columns. First of all, we will discuss personal considerations. Do you have the capabilities to do what you have selected? Are you ready to be an entrepreneur? Are you prepared emotionally to deal with the stresses and challenges of being an entrepreneur? Are you prepared to deal with the rejection and failure? Are you ready to know or work hard? Do you have a realistic picture of the venture's potential? Have you educated yourself about financing issues? Are you willing and prepared to do continual financial and other types of analysis? Marketplace considerations that an entrepreneur should keep in mind. Who are the potential customers for your idea? Who, where, how many? What similar or unique product features does your proposed idea have compared to what is currently on the market? How and where will potential customers purchase your product? Have you considered pricing issues and whether the price you will be able to change will allow your venture to survive and prosper? Have you considered how you will need to promote and advertise your proposed entrepreneurial venture? Feasibility study. An analysis of the various aspects of a proposed entrepreneurial venture designed to determine its feasibility. Researching the venture's feasibility. Competitors. Potential questions include: what types of products or services are competitors offering? What are their products' strengths and weaknesses? How do they handle marketing, pricing, and distribution? How do they attempt to do differently from other competitors? Researching the venture's feasibility. Financing. Venture capitalist. External equity financing provided by professionally managed pools of investor money. Who are angel investors? A private investor or group of private investors who offers financial backing to an entrepreneurial venture in return for equity in the venture. Initial public offering. What is IPO? The first public registration and sale of a company's stock. Developing a business plan. What is a business plan? A written document that summarizes a business opportunity and defines and articulates how the identified opportunity is to be seized and exploited. Business plan. Major areas. executive summary, analysis of opportunity, analysis of the context, description of the business, financial data and projections, supporting documentation. Legal forms of organization, sole proprietorship, a form of legal organization in which the owner maintains sole and complete control over the business and is personally liable for business debts. General partnership, a form of legal organization in which two or more business owners share the management and risk of the business. Legal forms of organization, limited liability partnership, that is LLP, a form of legal organization consisting of general partners and limited liability partners. Corporation, a legal business entity that is separate from its owners and managers. Closely held corporation, a corporation owned by a limited number of people who do not trade the stock publicly. Legal forms of organization, S corporation, a specialized type of corporation that has the regular characteristics of a C corporation but is unique in that the owners are taxed as a partnership as long as certain criteria are met. Limited liability company, that is LLC, a form of legal organization that is a hybrid between a partnership and a corporation. What is operating agreement? The document that outlines the provisions governing the way an LLC will conduct business. Legal forms of business ownership. Here you can see different headings. Number 1, structure. Then we will discuss ownership requirements. After that you will see about tax treatment, then liability, advantages and drawbacks of different ownerships will be discussed. Number 1, sole proprietorship. Here, one owner. Income and losses pass through to owner and are taxed at personal rate. Unlimited personal liability. Low startup cost, freedom from most regulations, owner has direct control. All profits go to owner, easy to exit businesses. Next one category is general partnership. Two or more owners. Income and losses pass through to partners and are taxed at personal rate. Flexibility in profit loss allocations to partners. Unlimited personal liability. Ease of formation, pooled talent, pooled resources, somewhat easier access to financing, some tax benefits. Unlimited personal liability, divided authority and decisions, potential for conflict, continuity of transfer of ownership. Next category is limited liability partnership, that is LLP. Two or more owners. Income and losses pass through to partners and are taxed at personal rate. Flexibility in profit loss allocations to partners. Limited, although one partner must retain unlimited liability. Advantage will be good way to acquire capital from limited partners. Drawback will be cost and complexity of forming can be high. Limited partners can't manage without losing liability protection. C corporation. Ownership requirements. Unlimited number of shareholders. No limits on types of stock or voting arrangement. Tax treatment. Dividend income taxed at corporate and personal shareholder levels. Losses and deductions are corporate. Liability in C corporation will be limited. Advantages of C corporation include limited liability, transferable ownership, continuous existence, easier access to resources. Drawbacks will be expensive to set up, closely regulated, double taxation, extensive record keeping, charter restrictions. S corporation ownership requirements will be up to 75 shareholders. No limits on types of stock or voting arrangement. Tax treatment. Income and losses pass through to partners and are taxed at personal rate. Flexibility in profit loss allocations to partners. Liability of S corporation will be limited. Advantages of S corporation will include easy to set up, limited liability and tax benefits of partnership. Can have tax exempt entity as shareholder. Drawbacks will be must meet certain requirements, may limit future financing options. Limited liability company, that is LLC, is what? Ownership requirements. Unlimited number of members. Flexible membership arrangements for voting rights and income. Income and losses pass through to partners and are taxed at personal rate. Flexibility in profit loss allocations to partners. Liability of limited liability company will be limited. Advantages will include greater flexibility, not constrained by regulations on C and S corporations, taxed as partnership and corporation. Drawbacks will include cost of switching from one form to this can be high, need legal and financial advice in forming operation agreement. Organizational design and structure. Organizational design decisions in entrepreneurial decisions revolve around six key elements: work specialization, departmentalization, chain of command, span of control, amount of centralization or decentralization, amount of formalization. human resource management, employee recruitment, employee retention. Personality characteristics of entrepreneurs. Proactive personality, a personality trait that describes individuals who are more prone to take actions to influence their environments. Motivating employees through empowerment. Employee empowerment, giving employees the power to make decisions and take actions on their own to solve problems, is an important motivational approach. The entrepreneur as leader, leading the venture, leading employee, strength of entrepreneurs, risk, can manage high risk situations, mitigating risk rather than seeking it. Knowledge, strives to acquire in-depth information about the industry. Independence, can manage every aspect of his or her organization. Confidence, believes in oneself and his or her ability to succeed. Delegation, unafraid to assign tasks to others. Determination, strong work ethic, undeterred by failure. Relationships, able to build mutually beneficial relationships. Selling, speaks boldly on behalf of the organization, can influence others. Profitability, sets clear goals, measure progress, good judge of opportunities. Disruption, constantly has new ideas for products and services. Venture stages and leadership needs. Startup stage. The entrepreneur is the heart and soul of the business. The firm is informal, flexible, and ambiguous. Transition stage. The venture moves from an informal organization to one that is more structured. The entrepreneur must learn to delegate in this stage. Scaling stage. The uniqueness of entrepreneurship is gone and the concepts of management become generalizable. The word is generalizable. Potential control problems and actions. Entrepreneurs need to develop controls in these areas. Keep a close eye on the numbers. Monitor expenses, cash flow, inventory, etc. Monitor the competition. Competitive intelligence is key to long-term success. Maintain regular contact with customers. Make sure your customers are still satisfied with your product. Monitor employee performance. Are employees continuing to work as expected? Do they need training? Monitor employee workloads. Are key people trying to do too much? Exiting the venture. Harvesting. Exiting a venture when an entrepreneur hopes to capitalize financially on the investment in the venture. 5 exit options. Merger or acquisition. Selling to a friendly buyer. Initiate an IPO. Treat it as a cash cow. Liquidation. Business valuation methods. asset valuations, earnings valuations, cash flow valuations. Alright, now coming toward review learning objective 10.1. Define entrepreneurship and explain why it is important. Entrepreneurial ventures are characterized by innovative practices and have growth and profitability as their main goals. Entrepreneurship is important because it brings forward innovative ideas, creates new startup firms, and creates jobs. Review learning objective 10.2. Explain what entrepreneurs do in the planning process for new ventures. Entrepreneurs must identify environmental opportunities and competitive advantage. They must research a venture's feasibility, first generating and then evaluating ideas. Feasibility study, business plan. Review learning objective 10.3. Describe the 6 legal forms of organization and the choice of appropriate organizational structure. Two primary factors that affect the decision about how to organize a business are taxes and legal liability. Sole proprietorship, general partnership, limited liability partnership, corporation, S corporation, limited liability corporation, that is called LLC. Review learning objective 10.4. Describe how entrepreneurs lead organizations. Personality traits, high level of motivation, abundance of self-confidence, ability to be involved for the long term, high energy level, proactive personality trait. Learning objective 10.5. Explain how managers control organizations and exert the venture. Managing growth, planning for growth, organizing for growth, controlling growth, managing downturns, exiting the venture, harvesting, valuation methods. So guys, this is all about today's lecture. I hope it's quite informative for all of you. For my next video, do not forget to subscribe my channel Learning with Anila Qadri and press the bell icon. Thank you.